To kick things off, I was finally able to step outside and meet the locals.
Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
I no longer wanted to meet the locals. I saw, however, this field boss, and thought, wow, this is going to be a much shorter episode than I thought. I decided I wanted a longer video and sidestepped the boss.
I am Carly.
And after hitting up my plug Santa Claus, I was ready to hunt. Soon after, I actually started to improve at the whole stealth mechanic, and slowly and methodically make all these definitely mini-bosses, since they're also soldiers of God, look like chumps. And funny enough, right by them, I found this camp that had so many nice people who were just thrilled to help. Now, I like pillaging corpses as much as the next person, but taking their clothes seems a bit far. But not for Patrick here. They had, admittedly, a lot more manpower at this camp than I originally thought, but this is a small setback and would not deter me from my plundering spree. Might deter me a little bit. Using some tricks I learned from a thievius raccoon, I was able to persuade a knight into letting me steal the rest of the armor I needed for the set of my glorious soldier of God. Oh yeah, and screw me for trying to have a cool ambush-style attack at night. I didn't realize this game had Minecraft rules for the night. It was truly a glorious and fair fight. I'll have to show you some other time. After that whole scuffle, I channeled my inner Batman and started taking down all these guys one by one. Soon the whole camp, or maybe the whole countryside, would be cleared out. I then found a greatsword in the back of a newly abandoned wagon. I'll hold off on using it for now, knowing even greater swords are to come. And it seemed all those little wins went straight to my head, because I went after the big guy. Maybe a misplay on my part, but he kindly let me off the hook. This is when I realized a certain quirk of the game. Once you rest at a grace, all the enemies respawn, and they are not happy with me. Now, I knew the little dudes would respawn, I just hoped the camps wouldn't. But luckily, I found a spot that has, get this, a cutscene.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I offer you an accord, but you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
Okay, they really have to stop bringing this up. It's a bit of a sore spot. And all of a sudden I'm not so maidenless.
To the foot of the Erdtree. Then it's settled. I bequeath to you this ring.
After my maiden bequeathed me, I can now summon a horsey. With my newfound horse powers, I could terrorize people even more efficiently. Oh, yeah, I didn't know what the deal with these rocks was, but it made me feel like a cool treasure hunter grabbing them all. And then I killed a bug. Not that cool, just thought I'd mention it. But don't worry, because right after, something cool did happen. I got my get bag. And that means the camp was free real estate, and all of its secrets. Please don't be a mimic. Please don't be a mimic. And hey, would you look at that? Looky here. My first real accomplishment. And what the hell, man? On respawn, guess who was there to greet me?
May I have a word?
A new maiden.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna.
Sorry, ma'am, but I already have a maiden.
Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed. And upon looking
Then
into
one
the
synapse fired, and I remembered that I think she's one of the bosses later on. I haven't seen much of this game, but I know about 2 or 3 late game bosses, and she's one of them. She basically just rambles on for a bit about how great I am and how she wishes she could be my maiden. So now we know her motive for later on, but she basically just gives me a bell and then dips like the ghost of Christmas past. But back to the task at hand of finding a boss. And don't worry, I know a spot. Actually, I know a better spot. Through my expeditions, I finally found a boss tucked away in this hole-in-the-wall pop-up dungeon shop. And hey, it's pretty good. Let me show you what I mean. I mean, just look at this. It's a perfectly nicely lit interior. Well heated. Little dungeon for experienced beginners. Goblins included. Ugh. I hate how they cling to the walls. It even has cool knickknacks. Now that you're sold on this dungeon, I flip this lever and we're done with it. Rest up and ready. Now, I don't care what this game calls it. That's a damn voodoo cat. It floats! But might I say, as you're watching me fail at this boss, it seems as though this boss was specifically made to make me mad as hell. I was enjoying this fight at first, and then the cat stood up, and I was like, okay, some cats do that. Nothing to worry about. Then the cat started flying? Like, I don't know what I was fighting. The cat from Tom and Jerry here? What in the Looney Tunes is the voodoo cat doing? I know we're in a world of magic here, but can't a guy just fight and kill a normal cat statue for once? Like, give me a break. This boss has more attack options than all of LEGO Batman games combined. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this boss. Fun fact about these Watchdogs, they're actually here to make sure that dead return to the Erdtree with an honorable grave. Yep, that is what I read. That is honorable, apparently. But before we end the video there, there's one more thing I have to do. Worth it.
Rest upon you. For but a moment.